Thunderbolts was inspired by Hiroshima. This was a comment that the director made right ahead of the release of the film. It got controversy. It got backlash. I didn't want to talk about it at that time just because people were so upset they didn't even know or bother reading what they actually said and why they compared it to Hiroshima. So in this video, we're going to talk about that. Okay, so once again, this is a sensitive subject. A lot of people I saw in the comments were trying to call me out about trying to not cover Marvel controversy like I do DC, which is stupid because I literally slam Marvel anytime there is controversy. The reason I didn't want to talk about this is it was crystal clear that grifters and people lied about what was being said, and I just wanted to kind of simmer down a little bit till I could talk about it. So again, this comes at us from the director of the film, Jake Schreier, who was talking about designing the Void and how Void was inspired by Hiroshima. Now, if you're not familiar with Hiroshima, I'm sorry that United States education has failed you, but it's one of the most tragic disasters in the history of humanity. For those not aware, Hiroshima and Nagasaki were attacked by the United States, and they dropped nuclear bombs, and close to 246,000 people died as a result of that. And what happened, the result was when they inspected those sites, there was literally just shadows left of people. That's what it looked like. So they said that when they were designing Void, they looked at that as an inspiration for the design. So when you see a person get voided, you just see their shadow. And that Hiroshima was the influence because it was such a frightening sight. Now, as somebody who loves history, who's deeply been into the events surrounding the wars in the last 150-ish years, who's obsessed with that stuff, when I looked into Hiroshima, I didn't know what was going on years ago at this point. Actually, it was 20 years ago when I first really got into it. And it completely changed how I looked at what the World War was and what happened in Japan. And people just don't understand that the amount of damage that was done and those effects are still felt today. And Hiroshima is one of the places I wanted to go to recently when I traveled to Japan, but I didn't have enough time. So that's on my itinerary in a couple years when I go back for the historic significance and just learning more about it directly. And I deeply respect this. And when hearing Jake talk about this, he also respects this and understands. And he said that it was the visual and the fright behind it that really was the aim of Century. And again, that's fine and that's good because they did studies and looked at it and they wanted to convey that. And I find it really, really interesting that people are calling them out for this and saying that's disrespectful. Yet these are the same people that are literally worshiping and saying Zack Snyder is brave because he compared Man of Steel to 9/11. Pick your battles better or learn your history better because you sound like an idiot that's not educated in terms of what you're outraged over, which isn't anything new on the internet, mind you, but it's become so much more prevalent when people just parrot stupid grifters who aren't telling them the first or any part of the story, really. Especially people who clearly don't know history, or foreign history at that, trying to lecture people on what happened in another country as the cause of the United States. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.